you're welcome to Chop for Naija Kitchen. So very much your host, Rumi. Well, in case you're wondering who my guest today is, it's none other than Chef KB Prime. I actually happened to have an encounter with Chef KB Prime, and my first encounter with him was at the GT Bank Food and
Professional encounter.
Well,
let's just make that clear.
Definitely professional. It was at the GT Bank Food and Drink Fair. I couldn't help but notice his stand expressly written on it was Chef KB Prime, and I was like, okay, what's so spectacular about this chef? Let's just have a brief meeting with him. And he happened to be such a wonderful, spectacular chef. So, well, much accolades, but then let me allow you, I'm going to allow him to tell us about himself. You're most welcome, Chef KB Prime.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me here. It is an absolute pleasure to be invited. I mean, between us.
Okay.
What a lovely woman tells you to come and cook for her. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So, I am honored to be here. This is a really nice set. I'm really impressed with it. Today, I am making River's native soup, also known as Fisherman soup.
Oh my.
It is a... Say it, finish it. You can.
Oh my. River's native soup. Fisherman soup for that matter. God. This is
I got it. So I'm doing it in the Fisherman way because this is now going to be seafood throughout.
Okay.
It's a nice light soup, and it's different from what you come across here in the West. I lived in Port Harcourt for about 15 years. And this is one of the trademark soups that you have in that part of the country. And I think more people in this part of the country should be open to these kind of flavors and experiences. It is a woman's world today.
Oh, definitely.
So I'll run you through the ingredients. We have yellow pepper blended with some onions.
Okay.
We have croaker. The croaker has been marinated in fact, you assisted me with the marinade, didn't you?
I did.
Aha! Marinated with a bit of curry powder, some white pepper, salt, sage powder, and some coriander powder. Now, all of the seasonings that have been put on that fish goes to enhance the flavor of the fish. This is going to form part of the backbone of the stock. Remember, no stock cube. So what we're going to start out with is, we have some chopped onions. These other rascals here, this is isam, also known as periwinkle.
Okay.
This is ungolo, which we call oysters, our type of oysters here. This is my achi. I'm going to make a statement on this achi later, because I'm sure you people are going to watch and say, hey, my grandmother used to use cocoyam. Why is he using achi? No. I personally do not like cocoyam. I think that for me, I don't get consistency out of it. Okay. And I think because achi has its own flavor, it boosts the flavor of the overall dish. Okay. So, we also have uziza leaf. Uziza gives you a very good, earthy, village taste. Because we shouldn't be ashamed of eating village things. While I did wash my hands beforehand, it is essential to wash your hands at every step, because you don't know where your hands have been. To wash.
Good.
Next, to form part of the base, this is native spice. It's a combination of different woody herbs and barks and things. It is some people use it for their pepper soup. Some people call it pepper soup spice. Okay. But I think it goes across the board on so many different soups. And now you guys might comment, I don't care. I do not measure. I've been cooking for close to 35 years.
Wow.
And I cook based on feeling and gauging the pot at hand, as it were. So. So that's roughly 2 tablespoons.
Roughly.
If we're going to put a quantity to it. So the onions have gone in, and immediately the onions are starting to break down, and you're getting aroma. That's what hits you first. The aroma from the onions is starting to come in. I'm going to give this a little stir. The next thing that's going in is the pepper. Yellow pepper and onions, that's all it is. So we're going to let this come to a boil. Let the pepper start to cook out. And remember, all we have here is native spice, onions, pepper.
And pepper.
Now, once it comes to the boil, then things will start getting funky. So that was quick.
Learning.
This is a clean. Because if it's not clean, she'll beat me. Now you know that no salt has gone in yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to taste.
You're actually observing.
This is a chef's technique for not burning your mouth. I always go out with my trusty crayfish container.
Okay.
You know, we've tushified everything, we've put everything in containers here. No, but this one, no, this has to be the main.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't measure. This is probably about 4 tablespoons.
Okay.
Now, the next thing that's going inside at this stage, our ngolo. Ngolo is bigger than isam, so we need something that it needs to cook thoroughly, washed and cleaned. Add in a bit more water.
Okay, guys. So do not forget, when you're adding water, you need to gauge.
Sanitary tasting spoon. How do you like that?
Very cool.
Thank you. There we go. When you're in your house, your mother will tap. I don't do tapping on hand. I don't like it. I taste direct. Here we are.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm going to add a bit of white pepper. White pepper changes the dimension of the flavor ever so slightly. So this, I'm just going to put a few dashes.
Okay.
So I'll taste. Okay, needs more salt. And like I said, one thing about cooking, you're gauging all the way. It's like, I like to liken it to a captain of a ship.
Okay.
When you're at the helm of a ship, especially in the open seas, you need to do course corrections every now and then.
Okay.
Just so that you stay true, stay on your path. And since I know the path I am proceeding on, don't worry, I've tasted it. I know approximately how much salt in it. And I know the path that I'm going on. If you don't have the right amount of salt, it will not bring out the flavor. That is the job of salt. Period. Now we give it another taste.
So how is it coming up? Obviously.
Oh, it's come up. And at this point, you can have a taste. I will blow it for her.
Wow. Really nice. Pretty good.
Help me add the periwinkles. Dump them inside.
Okay, dump in. Or we just dump most of the other condiments.
Now I'm going to put a bit more water because I can see that we're not going to have enough sauce when we're done. But you'll understand when we get there. Now, Bumi, I need you to do me a favor.
What would that be?
No, it's not what you think. Help me mix the achi with just enough palm oil to turn into a slightly oily paste. The reason why we mix it with palm oil is so that if you put the achi in direct, you're just going to have lumps.
Okay.
Because it will start congealing immediately. Get your mind out of the gutter. Immediately. I'm also going to put a bit more crayfish inside. And I'm sure you're wondering, what are you going to eat it with?
Of course I am wondering. And I'm sure you all are wondering too.
Now, I would love this with pounded yam, but because this is a special occasion, I'm going to make you yellow gari. I know you're wondering, what's special about yellow gari? No. I'm making this yellow gari with chicken stock.
Oh,
Yes.
I never knew that was possible. I mean, how do you make Gary? How do you even turn Gary at all with stock?
Well, you'll see it in a few minutes. Now, let's check where we are with this.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is nice. You can see that it has body.
So it's Fisherman so peculiar to Beavers only?
Yes, it was. Yes, and I really want to do it, and I will. I want to put smoked Cameroon pepper. So what we all know as Cameroon pepper, the dark maroon colored Cameroon pepper in powdered form. That is what I want to put inside because it also gives another flavor dimension. Yeah, oh, it's here. It just got here. Wow. It heard me and it came. I mean, arrived and showed up. So I'm putting this in not for heat, but for flavor. And a lot of people are going to say, yeah, we don't die. That's it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Inside the toasting, you people are wondering, this man don't keep fish here since, so what's happening with this fish, Seth? Wait. We're getting there. Now, look at the color before. Now, introduce it. Everything. Turn it.
Everything.
Alright, let's get this spoon here.
Okay. For higher definition.
Now, I'll put the largest pieces in first. Like I said before, the fish has been marinated for, by now it should be like a little over an hour.
Yes, a little bit.
With fish and chicken, all you need is an hour. Anything after that helps, but really all you need is an hour. Meat, pork, goat can do longer. And then you see all of this water here. See all of this? Goes inside its flavor. Cover it. Reason for covering. The steam will help in the cooking process of the fish. Also, by covering it, some of the water will condense here and go back in. That way I don't lose volume and it won't dry out. You guys want to know how to make Gary? I'm not going to say eba. Gary with chicken water.
I want to know, please.
Well, luckily for me, we happen to have water on the fire. So you come to correct place, the water is on the fire, woman is around you. It all makes sense generally. So I'm going to bump up the heat a bit. Let it come to a rolling boil. There are two methods of doing Gary or eba.
Okay.
I do mine on the fire. That's how I learned how to do it. That's how I'm comfortable with. Some people boil water and then put it inside. Choice is yours.
Okay.
But I prefer this. Yellow. Chicken. So, swallow, done.
Done.
Now, let's take a look at the soup. Yeah. Oh yeah. These are all washed and sliced. So let's cover this.
You don't need to stir it, just throw it in and just leave it.
Cover it. I'm going to turn the heat off in a few minutes because there's quite a bit of veggies here. You can go more or less with the leaves if you want. But I think that the leaves add to the texture of the soup. So now we're dishing.
It's very much ready, and to go alongside it is the Gary. We would say eba, the Yorubas of course would call it eba, but this is Gary, and the Gary was made with stock. Chicken stock precisely.
Well flavored, well seasoned chicken stock.
And I tell you, okay, it looks quite different, but they say the taste of the pudding is in the eating, so I would have to
get inside.
Yeah, dig in and actually tell you what it tastes like. Oh, it's pretty hot. Am I allowed to dig in again?
Of course, it's yours.
Because this is really nice. Wow. This is spectacular. It really is.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very well.
Crying.
So this is fisherman stew with Gary, yellow Gary from the chicken stock. You know, this is what we do that here from the shop on my kitchen. If you actually do not know about us, you can actually follow social media platforms, Facebook,
Instagram and Truffle Niger. Yes, and of course, do not forget to subscribe and of course like our page. Our YouTube channel is Truffle Niger TV and our website is www.truffleniger.tv. Till I come your way next time.